They live in castles that cost more than entire towns. They host dinners where a single fork is worth more than your car. And every smile, every wave, every outfit is calculated, rehearsed, and recorded by the world's cameras. But behind the polished image of the British royal family lies a world few will ever see. A world of secret estates hidden from Google Earth, private jets that never appear on flight trackers, and ancient rules that decide what they eat, wear, and even feel. Today, we're going inside the private lives of the modern royals. King Charles, Prince William, Kate Middleton, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle. You'll see how they live beyond imagination, how their wealth operates in silence, and how centuries of tradition still shape their every move, even in the age of Instagram. But the truth behind this royal luxury might shock you, because it's not just about palaces and jewels. It's about power, image, and a system built to last forever. Stay till the end, because the final secret will change how you see the monarchy itself. Let's go behind the gates of Buckingham Palace and see what's really inside. Let me show you exactly how this happened. London, 2025. Outside the palace gates, tourists snap photos, waving their phones at the golden balcony. But inside those walls, life runs by rules that have existed for centuries. The royal family is more than a family. It's a billion-dollar institution. According to Forbes, the monarchy's total estimated value tops $28 billion. Yet, most of that isn't on the way we think. Buckingham Palace? The crown owns it, not the king. Windsor Castle? Same. Even the crown jewels, over 100 pieces set with diamonds, emeralds, and sapphires, aren't personal property. They're symbols guarded like national treasures. Still, the royals live in a way few can imagine. Servants, chefs, chauffeurs, private doctors, stylists, and assistants. Hundreds of staff ensure their world runs perfectly. Each morning, King Charles reportedly wakes to a custom routine. A bath drawn to the same exact temperature, fresh linen pressed every single day, and breakfasts served on century-old porcelain. Meanwhile, Prince William and Kate divide their time between Kensington Palace and Adelaide Cottage, homes surrounded by private gardens, protected by security so tight that even Google Maps blurs parts of them. Their wardrobes alone could fund small countries. Kate's outfits, for example, have been valued at over $250,000 per year. Yet every piece is carefully chosen to balance elegance with humility. And Harry and Meghan, after stepping back from royal duties, they didn't exactly downsize. Their Montecito mansion, worth over $14 million, comes with 9 bedrooms, a spa, gym, library, and private rose garden. Reportedly, even Oprah lives down the road. But how do they afford it all? Where does the royal money really come from? It's not what most people think. Because while the world sees wealth, the royals see legacy. They live inside a web of estates, investments, and ancient rights that still pay out today. Now here's where things get really interesting. Every year, the British government gives the monarchy what's called the sovereign grant, a payment from taxpayers that covers official duties. In 2024, that amount was around $125 million. Sounds massive, right? But that's only one piece of the puzzle. Behind that is the Crown Estate, a private-public hybrid valued at over $20 billion. It owns huge parts of central London, Regent Street, St. James's, and more, plus farmland, coastline, and even offshore wind farms. The profits go to the government, but a portion, roughly 25%, is returned to fund the monarchy's official expenses. That's how the sovereign grant works. Servants, chefs, chauffeurs, private doctors, stylists, and assistants. Hundreds of staff ensure their world runs perfectly. Each morning, King Charles reportedly wakes to a custom routine. A bath drawn to the same exact temperature, fresh linen pressed every single day, and breakfasts served on century-old porcelain. Meanwhile, Prince William and Kate divide their time between Kensington Palace and Adelaide Cottage, homes surrounded by private gardens, protected by security so tight that even Google Maps blurs parts of them. Their wardrobes alone could fund small countries. Kate's outfits, for example, have been valued at over $250,000 per year. Yet every piece is carefully chosen to balance elegance with humility. And Harry and Meghan, after stepping back from royal duties, they didn't exactly downsize. Their Montecito mansion, worth over $14 million, comes with 9 bedrooms, a spa, gym, library, and private rose garden. Reportedly, even Oprah lives down the road. But how do they afford it all? Where does the royal money really come from? It's not what most people think. Because while the world sees wealth, the royals see legacy. They live inside a web of estates, investments, and ancient rights that still pay out today. Now here's where things get really interesting. Every year, the British government gives the monarchy what's called the sovereign grant, a payment from taxpayers that covers official duties. In 2024, that amount was around $125 million. Sounds massive, right? But that's only one piece of the puzzle. Behind that is the Crown Estate, a private-public hybrid valued at over $20 billion. It owns huge parts of central London, Regent Street, St. James's, and more, plus farmland, coastline, and even offshore wind farms. The profits go to the government, but a portion, roughly 25%, is returned to fund the monarchy's official expenses. That's how the sovereign grant works. So in a strange way, the monarchy funds itself through its own empire. Plot twist. King Charles also controls the Duchy of Lancaster, a private portfolio of farms, real estate, and businesses worth nearly $800 million. It's his personal income, reportedly earning him around $30 million a year. Prince William inherited the Duchy of Cornwall, valued at over $1.4 billion. That's how he and Kate maintain their lifestyle without dipping into taxpayer funds. This is why royal luxury feels invisible. They don't flash cash. They don't own yachts or jets. Instead, the system quietly generates income forever. Now imagine this. A 14th century law still ensures rent from farmland across England flows directly to royal estates. Every acre, every lease adds to the silent river of wealth. But that's just the financial side. The real luxury is in how they live. Take Balmoral Castle in Scotland, King Charles's summer retreat. Built in the 1800s, surrounded by 50,000 acres of private land. It's said to be his happiest place on earth. Guests describe it like something out of a storybook. Highland air, vintage furniture, roaring fireplaces, and chefs trained in French cuisine. Phones are banned. Meals are served on antique silverware. And at night, the royal family gathers for music and quiet laughter, far from the cameras. But if you think that's extravagant, wait until you hear about Sandringham. This estate, personally owned by the king, covers 20,000 acres of prime countryside. It's home to royal horses, pheasants, and private lakes. The annual Christmas gathering happens here, a private event that costs hundreds of thousands to stage, though not a penny of it is publicly listed. Every corner is guarded, every guest list handpicked. Even their Christmas decorations are rumored to use gold-threaded ornaments. Now you might wonder, why does this matter? Why should we care how they live? Because beneath all that luxury is something deeper: image management. Everything, from the jewels to the smiles, is designed to project stability, to remind Britain and the world that the monarchy endures. And in a time when global elites are questioned, the royals have mastered the art of seeming timeless. But if you think that's where the mystery ends, you're about to see the other side, the side money can't always buy. Because behind the royal walls, not all that glitters is gold. What most people don't realize is that royal luxury isn't just about things. It's about control. Every moment of a royal's life is managed by a silent army. Private secretaries, communications officers, image consultants, and security teams. Even the flowers in their rooms have meaning. Lilies for purity, roses for grace. According to palace insiders, senior royals never travel without a personal doctor, a detailed itinerary, and, yes, spare blood of their own type. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Their travel jets? Rarely commercial. They use RAF VIP aircraft or private charters, so discreet they're barely tracked. When William and Kate fly for public duty, it's precision-timed, with security teams arriving hours ahead. Their vacations? Reportedly, some of the most exclusive on Earth. Private Caribbean islands, undisclosed Mediterranean yachts, and villas shielded by NDAs so strict, even the staff can't reveal locations. One royal insider once described it like this: their privacy is their most expensive luxury. And yet, the paradox is striking. The monarchy's entire value depends on visibility, but its survival depends on secrecy. That's why the royal image is managed like a brand. A photo of Kate at a charity event, a statement by William about mental health, each one carefully planned to reinforce a story. The modern, relatable royals. But wait, plot twist. Behind the scenes, family tension has reshaped that image more than ever before. Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020 sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Suddenly, the world saw a divide between the firm and the family, while Charles and William maintain centuries of tradition. Harry and Meghan have built a parallel life. Luxurious, yes, but on their own terms. Their Montecito estate rivals any royal residence. But their brand power, Netflix deals, books, and public speeches, has turned them into modern royalty in a digital world. It's said their combined net worth now exceeds $60 million. But more importantly, their influence extends beyond palaces. They control their own narrative. And that's what truly scares the establishment. Because for centuries, the crown controlled the story. Now, for the first time, part of the royal world lives outside the palace walls, and the cameras can't be turned off. So what happens when the world's most secretive family meets the era of full transparency? This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. So far, we've seen the palaces, the wealth, and the image. But here's the real secret. Royal luxury isn't just personal, it's political. The monarchy's fortune and influence depend on a centuries-old system that quietly binds money, media, and power together. Here's how it works. The Crown Estate. Remember that $20+ billion portfolio? It's run like a private corporation, but with government protection and zero personal tax. In exchange, the monarchy gives up profits, but gains something even more valuable: control over perception. Each year, royal press offices manage hundreds of stories, deciding what gets shared, what stays hidden, and how the family appears in public life. Behind those smiling photos, there's an invisible team shaping everything you see. Sources suggest that every outfit Kate wears is reviewed by multiple advisors before she steps outside. Color psychology is used to trigger emotional trust. Soft blues and creams? Approachable. Rich reds or purples? Regal authority. When Prince William travels abroad, his team reportedly studies local culture weeks in advance. So every handshake, every expression feels authentic. This is how the monarchy remains relevant in a world that no longer needs kings or queens. Now here's where it gets fascinating. While the royals project elegance and humility, their real influence flows through connections, private meetings, charitable foundations, and centuries of relationships. For instance, the King's Charity Network, the Prince's Trust and its affiliates, has helped over 1 million young people find jobs and education. But it also connects royals to the world's richest donors and corporations. A former royal aide once said, "The monarchy doesn't lobby. It simply has dinner, and those dinners are unlike anything else." Imagine 12 guests, candlelight, vintage wine from royal cellars, and conversations that shape policies, donations, and global narratives without ever needing an official meeting. Plot twist. Many of these events aren't reported. No cameras, no transcripts, just quiet influence under the guise of tradition. It's the ultimate luxury, power without exposure. And this system, refined over centuries, is what allows the British royals to thrive even in modern times. But here's the paradox that no one talks about. The same luxury that preserves them also isolates them. Because when your life is managed, scripted, and protected, you lose something ordinary people take for granted: freedom. Even simple choices, what to eat, where to travel, what to say, must be approved, advised, and cleared. One former royal staff member revealed, every decision is political. Even a dress color can become a headline. So, while the world sees glamour, inside the palace, it's a constant performance. This brings us to one final layer: the emotional cost of all that perfection. And it's here where everything connects. Let's step back. Why does all this matter? Why are we so fascinated by royal luxury? Because deep down, the monarchy reflects something we all chase: status, stability, legacy. It's the ultimate mirror of human desire. But the modern royals show us a strange truth. Luxury alone doesn't guarantee happiness. King Charles, after decades waiting for the throne, reportedly spends his mornings alone in quiet gardens, feeding birds before sunrise. It's peaceful, but also symbolic. Even the most powerful man in Britain craves simplicity. William and Kate have built their brand around relatability. School runs, soccer games, family photos. Yet their every move is watched by millions. One wrong headline can ripple across the world in hours. Harry and Meghan escaped that spotlight, only to find that fame follows no matter where you go. Their life in California might seem perfect, but it comes with its own price: constant scrutiny, media battles, and the weight of legacy. So what's the takeaway for us? Maybe it's that luxury, when stripped of freedom, becomes just another kind of cage. The royals remind us that image is powerful, but authenticity is priceless. And yet, despite all that, the institution endures. Why? Because it gives people something beyond money or fame: continuity. In a world that changes every second, the British monarchy stands like a living time capsule, a reminder of identity, tradition, and story. That's why the royal brand continues to inspire billions. Not just because of diamonds and palaces, but because they represent something timeless: the fantasy that some things never fade. But before we wrap up, there's one final secret you need to know, something that changes how we see everything you've heard so far. So before you go, hit that subscribe button if you want more deep dives into the hidden world of luxury and power. Drop a comment. Which royal do you think lives the most luxurious life today, and why? And if you want to go even deeper, check out our next episode: the forgotten royal families still controlling the world. You won't believe what we found there. Until then, remember, behind every symbol of power lies a story of human desire. And sometimes the most beautiful crowns hide the heaviest burdens. Thanks for reading. See you inside the next mystery.